Level 1. The new number. You arrive without a name. The van has no windows. Time passes, but you can't measure it. No landmarks, no sense of distance, only motion. Your wrists are secured to a chain at your waist. The man beside you shifts every few minutes, not enough to be noticeable, enough to signal discomfort. You don't look at him. You've already understood something important. Observation flows in one direction first, from them to you. Processing takes hours. They remove your clothes in a room that is too bright. Not aggressively, not slowly, just efficiently. A watch, shoes, a wallet containing things that used to define continuity, photos, cards, proof of existence. Each item disappears into a plastic container with a number attached. You notice the number before you realize it's yours. You are issued a uniform that fits no one correctly. Fabric that has been worn into neutrality. You change. No one instructs you how to feel about it. That part is assumed. You are moved through a corridor. Doors open in sequence. Metal on metal. Timed. Controlled. Men are positioned in places that allow them to see without appearing to watch. Doorways, railings, upper tiers. They look at you the way experienced people look at new variables. Not curiosity, assessment. You keep your pace consistent. Not too fast, not hesitant. You don't know the rules yet, but you understand the existence of rules. That is enough for now. Level 2. The unclaimed. You enter the housing unit without affiliation. You are assigned a space, a bed, a locker with a hinge that doesn't close cleanly, a mattress that holds the outline of someone else's sleep. You place your items down carefully, not because they matter, because placement communicates intention. You begin watching patterns, meal times, movement schedules, where people sit and who they sit near. No one explains the structure, but it is visible. Tables are not random. They are organized by lines that are never marked. You choose a seat on your first day. You pick the wrong one. Nothing immediate happens. That's how you know it matters. A man across the room looks at you for half a second longer than necessary. Another shifts his tray slightly away from you. Signals. Small, precise, informational. You adjust the next day. Different table. Closer to the edge, less visible. No one reacts. That is confirmation. You are learning. Level 3. The observed. Time passes, but not in days, in patterns. You wake before movement. You stand in line without looking around. You finish meals without lingering. You begin to notice who doesn't follow these patterns and what happens to them. Not dramatic, not immediate, but consistent. Privileges disappear. Conversations stop. Space closes around them. You understand now. Control here is not enforced loudly. It is maintained quietly. You are approached, not directly. A man stands near your bunk one evening, not facing you, not speaking. He adjusts something on the shelf next to yours that doesn't need adjusting. Then he leaves. The message is not verbal. You are being acknowledged. Acknowledgement is the first step before expectation. Level 4. The useful. You are given a task. Small, contained, specific. You are told to be in a certain place during movement. You arrive early. Timing matters more than location. You wait. Nothing happens. Then someone walks past you and drops something into your hand without stopping. You don't look at it. You don't react. You continue walking.
Later, you leave it where you were instructed. You don't check if it's retrieved. That is the task, not the object, the behavior. You are being evaluated on restraint, on your ability to exist within a system without needing to understand it all. You pass. No one tells you, but the tasks continue, slightly more complex, slightly more visible. You are no longer unclaimed. You are becoming useful. Level 5. The positioned. You now exist within a structure, not formally, but observably. People begin to adjust around you. Space opens more quickly when you move through it. Conversations lower when you are near. Not out of fear, out of recognition. You understand more of the system now. There are layers, not announced, but enforced. Some control movement, some control resources, some control information. Information is the most valuable. You begin noticing inconsistencies. Who speaks to staff more than necessary? Who avoids certain areas? Who receives things without asking? You don't act on this information. You store it. Information is not used immediately. It is held, like currency. Level 6. The controlled. You are trusted with decisions, small at first. Who should be approached? Who should be avoided? Your answers are measured against outcomes. You begin to understand consequence chains. A single interaction can shift multiple dynamics. You think further ahead now, not just about actions, about reactions and reactions to those reactions. You speak less, not because you have nothing to say, because unnecessary communication introduces variables. You reduce variables. That is control. You notice something else. Your internal responses are changing. Things that would have held your attention before no longer do. You are filtering automatically now. Efficiency replaces reaction. Level 7. The authority. You are no longer being tested. You are being relied on. People come to you with situations that require resolution. You listen, not to the words, to the structure behind the words. What is being said? What is being omitted? What outcome each person is trying to secure? You make decisions, not based on preference, on stability. Stability maintains systems. Unstable systems draw attention. Attention disrupts everything. Your role is not to dominate. It is to maintain balance. You begin to see the system as a whole, not just your position within it. That is the shift, from participant to operator. Level 8. The system. At this level, you are no longer reacting to the environment. You are part of what shapes it. You understand timing, when movement should happen, when it should pause. You understand pressure, where it can be applied quietly to produce outcomes without escalation. You understand visibility, what should be seen, what should never be seen. You think in systems now, not individuals. Individuals are variables. Systems are constants. You maintain constants. Level 9. The detachment. Time accumulates, not in memories, in adjustments. You no longer compare this environment to the outside. That comparison stopped being useful. You operate entirely within this framework now. Your past identity has become abstract, distant, unnecessary. You don't react to things you used to, not because you chose not to, because that version of response no longer exists. You are efficient, consistent, predictable in ways that benefit you, unpredictable in ways that protect you. This is not adaptation anymore. This is replacement. Level 10. The exit. The door opens, not suddenly, not dramatically, just another scheduled movement. You are processed again. Items returned. Different now. Lighter. You step outside. The space is wider than you remember. Too wide. There are no walls directing movement, no structure controlling pace. You notice people immediately, how close they stand, how casually they move. No awareness of positioning, no scanning, no calculation. You recognize something. They are not observing. You still are. That does not turn off. You are free, functionally, but your thinking remains structured. You evaluate rooms automatically. You map exits without intention. You measure people without deciding. You try to stop. You don't.